I'm the teaching artist for this class. It's funded through the Indiana Arts Commission as part of their new Lifelong Learning Initiative. And the goal is to encourage people who are 65 years and older to try new things in art. And the goal is not to be perfect, is to try something new and get to meet some folks in your community and maybe lift up your community by activism or interests, or just have time to just talk with each other and get to know each other. So I am very proud of everyone who participated in this class. We had 14 people start out, and we have 9 films that got produced. Not everyone was able to fully produce a film, but life happened, and some people got sick, some people had family obligations, but they still enjoyed it and learned new things and tried new stuff. And so your average class for these cohorts are about 10 people, so we did pretty good. And this is the only one out of 35 across the state that had multimedia focus, especially with filmmaking. The goal of this initiative for here was to teach folks how to make short films, probably mostly documentaries, on your phone. So you're supposed to bring your own phone if you had one. If not, we had a mobile device to lend folks. And the goal was to learn a little bit more about technology, learn a little bit more about social media. And so everyone learned some basic graphic design work. They did their own posters back there. Everyone designed their own film poster. And they also learned how to edit and do basic filmmaking and editing in Vimeo, which is an online platform. So, without further ado, I'm going to call up my very first filmmaker, Linda.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
you want to say something?
Oh, yeah? Okay. Hi, Carrie.
So, hi. We're interrupting to say we
put it
have
up
a
here
little
now.
something for our teachers.
Oh, that is so sweet of you.
And
Oh,
all of us in the class really appreciate
oh,
your
that's so
teaching, everything you've done, all your support. Thank
That's
you.
so sweet of you guys.
Thank
Thank you. Very understood. Thank you. All right, Linda, come on up and tell us a little bit why you chose your subject.
Good afternoon. Where are my eyes here? How's everybody doing?
If you put it up next to your mouth, you gotta put it right up to your mouth.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Wow, okay, hi, I'm Linda Jones. I'm the president of the Gary Historical and Cultural Society. So it was really exciting for me to take this class. I do have to tell you, I have an Android, and as I was taking pictures around Indiana University, I thought I was filming, but you know what? If the red light is not on, you're not filming. So I've been writing, for you, just a so it took me 5 attempts to finally get something. And but the reason I chose this particular topic, I really wanted, because of it being a historical society, I wanted to interview individuals, especially seniors. But when 3 minutes is supposed to be 3 minutes, that would be difficult. So I'm at Indiana University all the time. It's where I completed my undergrad and my graduate studies. And so I thought, well, I'll walk around campus and see, and I decided to use sculptures. And there's like 10 sculptures there, and I think I ended up only 4 after my 5th try. So. But for that reason, I thought it was interesting for those that who attended Indiana University. You will recognize these sculptures, and for those who have not, there'll be something new for you to go and look yourself to see. And I thought it was interesting. Thank you. And Jessica did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. I know now how to make a film.
And each of the films are 1 to 7 minutes, and tenacity. They learn about it's called guerrilla filmmaking usually. Things aren't always perfect, but you sometimes have to try the shot 3 or 4 times. All right. I'm able to come in person, but she's left us a message, and she's just very passionate about motherhood and women mattering, and so she wrote a song, and members of the class participated in this film, and it's called Every One of Their Matters.
Hi. I wanted to make a little film about a song I wrote called Every Mother Matters. And instead of just playing it, I thought it would be interesting to have women in this class read it. I really appreciated hearing it from their perspective and just seeing the words and listening to them myself. I hope you enjoy it. I care very much about mothers. I do think every mother matters.
Calm down.
That's a hard one to follow. So, give me a moment. My film is called Ode to Your Hands. Actually, it's called Ode to My Hands. I joined the class for two reasons. One is to meet more people, and two is to get my brain to work a little more in the technical field. I really wasn't interested in a documentary. I just signed up on a whim. I'm really glad I did. It prompted me to take a family poem as my theme. And I want to tell you just a little bit about my background. It'll help you understand the images in the poem. But before I go into that briefly, I'd like you to, can you hold this for me, Jesse? Thank you. Rub your hands together. Everybody just rub your hands together. It can be hard, soft, whatever. Just do that kind of while I finish talking. Pay attention to your hands. You can take a break and you can do it again or you can stop. So I learned a lot growing up from my mother, who was a homemaker. I'm the oldest of 7. My father was the carpenter. They both did a lot with their hands. My mother taught me at a very young age to knit, to sew, to bake, all kinds of things. My father taught me how to pound nails without knocking them to the side to get it in straight. And I think we go through life taking our hands for granted. You know, after you're a child, you just do things with your hands, and that's it. In my adult life, I taught school for 5 years at the Waldorf School, and I was fortunate to be able to teach handwork. So all the things that my mother taught me that I loved. Then I became interested in Feldenkrais, a type of bodywork that I've done for the last 20 plus years. And that's working with your hands, you know, a musician, an artist, body workers, massage therapists, constantly, consciously work with their hands. And in my type of body work, we help people with injuries, an injured knee, a shoulder, their balance, but it is focused on the relationships of the parts. And if you think we have 2 hands, it makes a relationship. And so I'd like you just to, you can feel when you rub your hands together for a while, take them slowly apart, close your eyes and bring them slowly together. There's a place where you feel, oh, there's a little change in the energy. So enjoy my film.
One of my great joys about teaching this class was just finding out all the interesting stuff that our older active adults are involved with, because I know, you know, so everyone came from across the region. I had people coming in from East Chicago, all parts of Gary, Valpo. It's just really neat to see how much Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland depend on our elders to help get stuff done. And this next little film, I think, really talks about it. And Tracy, it's all about it.
Hi, I'm Tracy Walton Rogers. I'm the director of St. Anne's.
Can you hold it really close to yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. My name's Tracy Walton Rogers, and I'm the director of St. Anne's Pet Food Pantry. And I've been doing it almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in December. Every month, every third Saturday of the month. And all these pictures that you have seen that you will see are those that I've taken over the years and not something that I did particularly for this class, because I got this newspaper the Miller newspaper in my mailbox one day, and I was just looking through it because I like to learn and like to read, and saw that they were having a cinematography class, and I said, maybe I'd be interested in doing that. And here we are. And then I didn't know exactly what to expect from this class, but then when I got here, I found out that, oh yeah, she's really teaching this like it's a university course. I'm learning stuff. My mind is expanding. The synapses are popping, so I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to thank her very much for what she's done. Again, thank you. Bye.
Hi, everybody. This film is about grandchildren and grandparents, and I go by Grandma Missy. My actual name is Mary. I'm just going to read this quote by Margaret Mead. Everyone needs to have access both to grandparents and grandchildren in order to be a full human being. I chose to do this for a variety of reasons. The main one being I've been fortunate enough to have beautiful, healthy grandchildren. I have 8 of them. But unfortunately, we have a situation in the family where for the past 5 years, my husband and I have been estranged from our oldest daughters. No communication, no explanation, nothing. So we've had this very difficult journey for 5 years now, and I've learned a lot, and I won't go through all of that, but I think that I really have to say to Jessie, I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to do this, because I couldn't even put anything on paper. I couldn't write about it, although I, couldn't sleep through the night for years and years. There's not a day I don't think about it. And I've learned an awful lot about what we're allowed to do as grandparents and what we're not, what rights we don't have as grandparents. So, thank you.
Gail coming up to talk about another symbolistic film. Not something you might see every day and not even realize all the background. Here you go, Gail.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank everyone for coming out and supporting us. My name is Gail Gillis Carter, and I can see the flow in the movies because mine is, like she said, it involves symbolism and is rather informative and educational as well. Speaking of education, I taught for 22 years, and my film is based on a lesson that I would use in one of my courses that I taught. I am also a flight attendant as of about a couple weeks ago for 40 years. Wow. I did them simultaneously. I haven't worked 60 years, but anyway, yes. I took this course because I am truly a lifelong learner. Anybody who knows me can tell you that. That's a big part of my life, studying many different things. And so this is just one more on my journey of learning throughout life. And I chose my particular topic. As I said, it was a lesson from my class. And also I found out that we had to do a documentary. So that kind of made me think about my lessons. So without any further ado, here's my film.
My youngest student was in their 60s and my oldest were in their 80s, so a pretty good wide range of our active older adults, as the IAC calls everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Maybe hold it a little closer.
Hi, everybody.
There you go.
It's wonderful to have my film presented after Every Mother Matters, because my film is also about relationships. And as humans, we do value all of our close, diverse relationships. And generally, we have them with parents, children, partners, and even pets. And in all relationships, we have to keep an open mind. And we move through life in companionship with various others as we gently row our boat merrily down the stream. these bonds we form are all part of the unity of life. And in this film, I will examine one of these bonds from both a little bit of scientific view, because I was really surprised in my research at the kind of things I was finding. However, due to the brevity of this film, I couldn't put a lot of stuff in, but believe me, what you will see is only the tip of the iceberg. And as well as from a rather uncommon perspective, the perspective of the one who will be the narrator of this film.
And Taylor, doing the marble.
Hello. Hi. Thank you, Jessica. This was a wonderful class. I learned so much, and I'd like to know how you did that, Karen. How you had video and still pictures. I don't know how she did that. I'll have to come back to that. I'll take it. Anyway, my name's Jennifer Taylor, and I own the Sparkle House in town. I don't know if anybody knows about it. But I lived in Gary for about 10 years now. And in 2019, I bought the Sparkle House, which, when I saw it, it was just no, it was sad. It was the saddest little house you ever saw, just covered with brush and vines growing, like the door was full of vines. And I don't know, it just made me so sad. And so then I broke into it. And I got inside, I was like, oh, it just makes your heart hurt, because you know that at one time a family lived there, and there was probably laughter and joy, and now the ceilings were hanging down to here, and the floors, I mean, it was stripped of everything. So I rehabbed that house, and it's just given me so much joy. And I guess I wanted to do a film about it, but not really about it. So I decided to take, well, the lead character in this film will represent, that's the lead character, will represent the transition, I guess, of how I feel about this house. So thank you, Jessica.